Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Woo. If you were on stream a bit ago, I talked about making lilac cookies because I found a recipe and we're doing that. We've started, stage one is just letting lilacs sit in boiling water overnight. Well, it was boiling and then you put it in the fridge. And it's been about 24 hours. So we're going to strain it now and start making this lilac syrup. These cookies have so much going into them. I need to move you guys because this is really bad. So we have several parts of making this and I didn't bother showing you plucking a bunch of lilacs and putting them in a jar and then covering them with water because that seems silly to do. But we're gonna strain this now. It's about 2 cups of water in there. The original recipe called for 4 cups, but the actual recipe itself for the cookies only calls for a few tablespoons. So I didn't have a big enough jar. This is literally the only jar in my house. So we're just gonna do that. So with the rest of this syrup, just to show you guys, we are going to cook it in a pot with now 2 cups of sugar, because it does say 4 cups of sugar, and a 1/4 cup, which will now be an 1/8 cup of lemon juice over medium high. Remove it, cool it in the fridge, and you've got lilac syrup, apparently. So let's begin. Hoping for the best here. Just gonna set that on top here. Open up our jar o' lilac. All my lilacs were locally sourced at my parents' house. Let's just start pouring. Whoa. Oh, you know, it doesn't smell that bad. I thought it might smell really bad, you know, just letting it sit that long. Oh, it's all purpley. You guys can see it's kind of, well, yeah, because it's lilac. I feel like I need to really super drain? I don't know. I don't know how people do this stuff. Like, squeeze it out. Squeeze out the lilac juices. Now we just have lilac water. I squished them all. They completely cleared out. Good job, me. So what if I just go like, really squeezed it out, and then we can just immediately throw that in the trash. But that's like a nice, interesting color. It smells a little off, a little weird. 1 cup of sugar. And we're gonna do a little less because I know I didn't get a full 2 cups out of that. And my lemon juice. So I need an 1/8 cup, but I don't have that. I have a 1/4 cup, so we'll just, you know, do half of a 1/4 cup of this, I expect. Oh God, what have I done? Oh God, that's probably too much, but okay. A little lemon juice never hurt anybody. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a whisk, move that all around, and put on our medium heat. Look how colorful it is! It's so pretty. Okay, well, that's the making of lilac syrup. I don't know how long it's going to take, but then we will throw it back. I need another container. Oh no. I didn't think this through. It's a lovely color though. And it's different depending on the lilac that you have, apparently. I'm gonna try to put it back in this jar. I'm gonna rinse it out first though. Depending on the type of lilac you get, you'll get different colors, which is, you know, it's science, it's cool. I'll probably actually make the cookies tomorrow night, because this has to cool and set. There's also lilac sugar you can make, but I thought that was pretty pointless because you can just use regular sugar, but it wanted you to like layer sugar, lilac, sugar, lilac, sugar, lilac in a jar overnight. And I'm like, I don't have another jar. And the lilac syrup seemed a little bit more important to the recipe than the sugar. There's the cookie and there's also a glaze. I have more lilacs in my fridge trying to preserve them for as long as possible, or I have to go back to my parents' house and get more because they're in season right now. But they're such short-lived flowers, but they are my favorite. Looks like our sugar has like melted. Smells lilac-y, doesn't smell bad. I love floral food. Like, it's one of my favorite things. Like, I love, I get this lavender poppy gelato sometimes. That's kind of my favorite. And when I lived in Japan, I had tulip ice cream was amazing. Sakura ice cream was amazing. Just living for those. Living for floral food. It's my favorite. So, cool. I'm gonna let that boil. She boiling. Woo!
The next day.
Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. We're gonna actually make the goddamn lilac cookies now, all right? We're doing it. The lilac syrup is done. It's done. It still seems watery to me, but I haven't even opened it yet. Let's open it. I mean, it should be done. Ugh. Doesn't smell bad. I mean, it's kind of a syrup, but it's a very, very watery syrup. The very first step is 3/4 cup salted butter. I had to defrost it in my microwave a little bit to get it soft because I was at work all day. And then 1 cup lilac sugar. I'm just using sugar. She said you can. I didn't bother making the lilac sugar. We're gonna mix this. Apparently, every time I've made cookies, I just do it by hand, but I'm gonna follow the instructions. Shall we? That's pretty creamed. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should probably preheat my oven to 350. We're gonna add the egg in the syrup. So we need 1 singular egg. 1 singular egg. 1 tablespoon of our syrup. 1. Although I have a feeling I'm gonna want to add more. I don't know. We'll see how that tastes later. It doesn't really smell very lilac-y. I kind of want to add a little more lilac syrup in it. Put a little bit more in. It doesn't feel lilac-y enough. Okay? We're just gonna do that. I want it to be lilac-y. Our dry ingredients to take a separate bowl. 2 1/3 cup. But also, I am high elevation here. 1, 2. Instead of 1/3 cup, I will do 1/2 cup because high elevation. Even though that still might not be enough. But that is what we're doing. Then, 1 teaspoon. Where is my teaspoon? Bell, there you are. I don't know why we are this accent, but this is my kitchen and I can be my accent however I want. My God, I hate these packages. Why do they do this? There we go. I'm just kidding. I don't need 1 teaspoon. I need 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon, Moana. That's why I'm yelling at their names. 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon Diana. 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. This is our dry ingredients. Mix these up a little bit in here. Now I would never in my right mind use a hand mixer with this. We're going old-fashioned way. The way that my melter taught me. We're going to fold everything in.
He folds it in. I understand that, but how do you fold it? Do you fold it in half like a piece of paper and drop it in the pot, or what do you do?
David, I cannot show you everything.
Okay, well, can you show me one thing?
Oh, you know what you always have to do? Make sure you wear black when you are cooking, because then you get it all over you. And everyone will know that you've been slaving away in the kitchen for their benefit, and you can guilt them into doing you favors. because they don't have flour all over their black shirt. Again, I don't know why I am this accent today. I apologize if I'm offending anyone. I'm just really stuck in it now. Now, if you are also me, you get tired of doing it with spatula. And you end up doing it with your hands. Spatula just sometimes doesn't have the grip and the power of brute strength. That's right, Mambo. Thank you for your encouragement, my lovely. That is so. The most important part now is folding in lilacs.
Here's what you do. You just fold it in.
Okay, I don't know how to fold broken cheese like that.
And I don't know how to be any clearer.
You know, some people put chocolate chip, we put flour. All these beautiful, slightly old lilacs because they've been in my fridge for 3 days while I make the goddamn syrup, which only required 1 goddamn tablespoon. All that work.
All that work, and what did it get me?
I think you pat the baby, look at your mess and go, yes, I am cook. I am baker. Now we need our pans. Huh, okay, well, it says to put parchment paper. I apparently forgot to get parchment paper. So we'll do paper towel. I'm just kidding, don't do that. We'll just spray it. I'm just going to spray. I'm using small pan first because it is first time cooking these, first time baking these. So we're going to do a little test. We take some, we roll some into beautiful, beautiful balls. There it is. There is our ball of lilac. We'll start with 3. Okay, and look at that. My oven is already preheated. It says bake 14 to 18 minutes, so we will go 16. Well, actually, I will do 14 and I will look at it. I will let you know how it turns out. Okay, first batch is out. I did put it in for another 2 minutes, but it looks okay. The pan kind of burned, and then the lilacs are no longer, you know, purple, but smells good. Looks good, but we need to add our glaze and stuff, but that's currently what they look like. I also realized I was not using a cup. I was using a 3/4 cup, so I didn't put as much flour, but yet they still rose that much. So that's not bad. Not bad for accidentally putting the wrong amount of flour in. Glaze. This time I did use a proper cup of powdered sugar. And then it says 2 to 3 tablespoons of your syrup. And Mambo, if you are on the floor chewing on a wall right now, you are in trouble. Why do you want to go on the floor and chew on the wall? Why is that your prerogative? Why? The bird. The window is fine. So we're gonna start adding our syrup into here. And I want it lilac-y. Bloop. Mixing it with a fork. Mixing it with a fork. We're mixing it with a fork. It's kind of like how we make frosting for the Christmas cookies. I think I need more syrup because it's turning into a paste. Let's add more syrup. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, okay, so 4 tablespoons will make an actual like icing. Look at that. It looks like the stuff from Ghostbusters, you know?
Alright. See if I can get a sample.
It doesn't have a lot of flavor, I'm not gonna lie. More! More! When in doubt, add more syrup. Okay. That has a flavor to it. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, they're still pretty warm, so we can't quite add the glaze just yet. But hey, you know what? I think it might be damn good. What do we got? Oh, I did not put a timer on. how long we've been filming. 4 minutes. We'll just have to keep checking on those. Woo! Way to go, ADHD. I got so excited. I took these out, so I'm gonna say we're probably at the 5 or 6 minute mark. Okay. I'll be back in a moment. I have done it. I timed it okay, and I frosted these 3. Look at them. They're so pretty and out of focus. But we gotta try one. It's very unique flavor. It's kind of like here's our inside here. Not that it's focusing, but it's cooked. This is a very interesting flavor. Like, it doesn't taste like how a lilac smells, but it's still very floral, you know? So, there we go. That was baking with me. And here's the fun part. That's the 5th time I've done a new recipe this year. And that's 5 times on a bingo board. You know what that means? A book spree. All right, per the rules, this is not updated correctly. This is. We're gonna roll a D6, if it'll focus. D6. Here are the options: book outlet, Pango, Second to Charles, Barnes & Noble, Title Cover, at a random small bookstore. Let us roll the die. Random small bookstore. Awesome. And I get to spend how much? $20. So basically I get to go buy a book. Woo! Now I gotta decide what small bookstore we're gonna go to. Hello everybody. Welcome to the day we're gonna do the book spree. I'm with a Bombadil. Are we going this way? We're gonna go on the trail. Okay. I drove up here to hang out with my favorite nephew and deliver some lilac cookies to my sister, but nobody was home. So I just stole the dog and we're on a walk. But we will be going to the Bookworm. So I was trying to think, how can I make the most out of $20 for a book spree? And that's obviously a used bookstore. Now, I haven't been to the Bookworm in a hot second. I intended to go during Independent Bookstore Day, but the weather was just so bad. Driving was not great. So I skipped it and we're gonna go now. Well, not now, but once we're done walking. Bombadil, hey, come here. Say hi. Are you happy, boy? Yes, happy boy. Yes, happy boy. You're so happy. So, anyway, I'm gonna spend some time with my nephew here, and then we'll go book shopping. Oh, are you happy? Bombadil, you silly boy. We just can't contain our emotions. Bombadil, what are we doing? Come here, goofball. Hi. What you thinking? What? What do you want? He's a good boy. What? What do you want? Oh, yeah. Lar, 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 lar. Oh, is that the good spot? There we go. Better. Okay. Sorry. You're a goof. This is a goof. Alright, we have made it to the bookworm. Hello. Oh, they've changed it up. All right, we have finally made it out. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? I was in there for about an hour digging through because it is one of those kind of, you have to look very carefully or dig. One of the things about the bookworm is I wish they could get bigger bookshelves, like taller ones, because they have a lot of like mass market paperback size bookshelves, and so any book in that genre that isn't a mass market paperback size ends up like on its side, and so you have to like pull out each one if you're just like looking through stuff. But I managed to get 5 books because it was amazing in there. I did get Redemptor by Jordan E. Fueco. This is the sequel to Raybearer that I read earlier this year. Very excited about that. We have The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley. I've heard amazing things about this, and I found this last minute. We've got the very first book in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brando Sando. And we have a slightly beat up copy of 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes, and I'm kind of annoyed. That's a permanent sticker. They couldn't have even like made it blend in with the rest of it. Like, why bright green? Why? And finally, a book that wasn't on my TBR, but I found it in the classics section and went, what? I have to read this. This is Pride and Prejudice, the scenes Jane Austen never wrote. So a ton of authors got together and wrote a ton of scenes that are not like written in Pride and Prejudice, but you know they have happened. So like the proposal of Mr. Collins to Charlotte Lucas, or how Lady Catherine de Bourgh found out about Darcy on the verge of proposing to Elizabeth and stuff. And, or like how did Miss Bingley, Caroline Bingley talk her brother out of marrying, Jane. So all these extra little scenes that I'm like, oh, I want these. It is massive, but I don't care. Hell yeah. Thank you, Bookworm. You're the best. Now let's go home. That might do it. Oh, something's burning. Something spilled. Hello, it's my face. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my really bad lighting. Really bad lighting, yeah, really bad lighting. Yeah, mambo, it's bad lighting. Perfect, make sure you spill.